Hi traders, and welcome to today's ACY Securities Forex market analysis. My name is Duncan Cooper and I will be your host. Today we'll be focusing on the dollar index and the pound to the US dollar. So first we'll look at the news items coming out for the week, and then we'll have a look at the charts. Hi traders, just like forexfactory.com, just going to review the news items coming out for the week in relation to the pound US dollar, which I'm reviewing today. So let's just work through the items. So Wednesday my time morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, we've got the US ISM manufacturing PMI coming out, 1 o'clock Wednesday. Getting into Thursday, or I should say still into Wednesday, 11:15 PM late on the evening, ADP non-farm employment change. And then getting into Thursday early morning, we've got US Fed Chair Powell testifying at 1 AM. Getting into Friday again, he's testifying at the same time, my time, 1 AM. And also at the same time we've got ISM Services PMI coming out, and then the bigger one later in the day for me, 11:30 PM Friday evening, we have the US unemployment rate coming out. Okay, so those are the news items coming out for the week. Be very aware obviously of the Ukraine-Russia war news coming out. Other than that, just be aware of those news items coming out for the week. The big one on Friday is the US job figures. So with that in mind, let's get to the charts. So first up, I just want to review the dollar index, and this is a monthly chart. We're just starting a new month this month. So last month was very mixed. We went up to resistance 97.68. We got support at 95.95. So high resistance here, support here from that low, and the month pretty much finished not quite even, slightly down, so very mixed. Moving up to a high, new high, moving down the range a little bit, and then just finishing mixed to slightly negative. The weekly chart, it did manage to form a higher bottom to a new higher top, so the question will be, through the course of the new month, can we move up, test resistance at 97.68 and move through, or are we going to still have a lot of this range bound environment that we're seeing? Of course, the market's very mixed and volatile with the news of Ukraine and Russia at the moment, so the market's very difficult to trade. To the daily chart, we do have an uptrend on the daily. Of course, we're pinned by that resistance at 97.68, so price action may be just volatile all month long with the war news. We could just be ebbing and flowing between a resistance and support here, or of course we could break out depending, if the euro dollar heavily breaks south, then well, the dollar index is probably going to move up above that level. But just keep your eye on the dollar index. What is it doing in relation to the currency pairs, especially the pairs to the US dollar? So I'm going to be reviewing the pound dollar today. So for the pound dollar, my bias is for a move down, so I would like to see the dollar index moving up to help that along. So let's get to the pound dollar. This is a weekly chart. It's got my weekly levels of support and resistance in. So support's at 131.68, the lower level here. Current level it's challenging is 133.57. It's been below that a few times on the day chart, but it's just holding price action in the short term. And resistance is up here at 136.43. Now last reviewed this on the 25th of January, and at that time we were failing, putting in a lower top up here and started to move down, but intra month we actually put in a higher bottom, but then by the end of the month we managed to break that higher bottom. So it got a bit mixed. We had a higher bottom, lower top, but then we've actually now got a lower top to a lower bottom. So trend is down. I just want to move to the monthly one moment just to show you that we are forming on the monthly chart. MACD's crossed down. We had a month down by the end of the month last month, and we're forming a lower top. So whilst a lot of the month was mixed from the weekly perspective, and we were range bound on the day chart at the top of the monthly candle here for a while, when you just sit back as we head into a new month, we've got a lower top forming. So that just, really emphasizes to me that looking at higher time frame, we're potentially moving down here with a lower top forming. Alright, so back to the weekly. As As I was saying, we did have a higher bottom, but now we've got a lower top, lower bottom. I've got my levels of support drawn in where the market's just holding at 133.57. I'm anticipating that we're going to be moving down to 131.68 over time with that lower top, lower bottom formation. To the daily, as I was saying earlier in the month, at the top of the monthly candle, we were consolidating through here, but we broke down last week below this level of support. We've traded below weekly support twice. MACD's crossed down, and obviously we're getting some form of support at the moment at 133.57. So let's get our daily levels put in. Daily support's down here at 132.73. And then notably on Friday we got some form of resistance from this level over here, 134.30. So my levels of resistance are 134.30, then this level here at 134.90, and if we got really higher up, back up to 136.27. So I'm just going to put those levels in. 134.30. Not convinced that that level is going to hold the market, but it may. That's why I'm putting it in. A much stronger level that was holding the base of this consolidation area, 134.90, would be, I guess, a much stronger level of resistance for the market to hold at. So I'm watching that level closely through the course of the week. And the last level up here is at 136.27. Now, of course, price could get up to there quite easily. Very volatile at the moment. We pretty much traded down from that level last week, so we could certainly trade back up to that level this week, especially in this volatile time. So if you're managing positions, get the key levels drawn in. You might not be opening new positions because of the war, but if you're managing new positions, managing old positions, then make sure you've got the key levels drawn in so you know what you're doing when you're managing your trades. Alright, so what I'm anticipating is we could hold at 34.30. Let me get my drawing tool. Alright, we could hold here and then obviously start to move down and retest weekly support at 135.70 for a move down to daily support, and my long-term goal is to see a challenge of 131.68. So we could hold there at 134.30. If that breaks, then I'm anticipating that through the course of the week we may move up to 134.90, hold, and then start its merry way back down the range over time. Okay, all the way back down to 131.68. Alright, so let me just clear that off. So from a day chart perspective, that's what I'm looking at. Now I could draw a fib across this current range from the last day chart top there, and what I also see is that the 62% retracement level comes in at 135.01. I've got resistance at 134.90, so just moving to a 4-hour chart, I think it's a higher odds that price action is going to maybe move through this resistance area in the short term. It could hold, so you have to monitor all the levels, but I'm anticipating on the 4-hour chart look here, we're going to move up to 134.90, could get up to 135, and then if I start to see price failing there and turning around in that area, I'm going to look for an opportunity to sell on a lower time frame, and as I was saying then, try to hold that trade all the way down to the longer term weekly support level. Alright, so the longer term weekly support level, just get you back to the weekly, or rather back to the daily here. So if we can fit 134.90 up here, then I would be looking to try and hold that trade. Can we break through 133.57 clearly, for then a move down to 131.68 weekly support? Okay traders, that's my analysis for today. Have a great trading week. Look forward to seeing you next time.
Want a real opportunity to improve your trading? Join Duncan Cooper in his free 15-part webinar series designed to help you improve all areas of your trading.
1st of March, 8 p.m. Sydney time.
Risk and Trade Management, number one trading tool, understanding risk to reward. 2nd of March, 8 p.m. Sydney time, live Forex market review, identifying high probability trading levels. Duncan will analyze the trends, support and resistance and use the Fibonacci retracements to identify high probability trading levels on the major currency pairs. 3rd of March, Forex trading, live market analysis. 8 p.m. Sydney time, Duncan will review 12 currency pairs, determine the key support and resistance trading levels for the week ahead, discuss his favorite risk to reward opportunities and answer your trading questions. Register at the link below.